What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rooster Retro Show. My name is Rue, and you were watching Mega Man X2, the sequel to Mega Man X. Yes, this is a great game. Probably my least played of the Mega Man X series, only because I find this to be probably the hardest of the original 3 X games. The Maverick Revolt started by Sigma, blah, blah, blah. Here's some story if you want to read along with it. I'm usually quite terrible at that. But I'll summarize. Since last game, we destroyed Sigma. Well, we thought we destroyed Sigma, sort of, maybe. And Mega Man X is still hunting down Mavericks, or robots that have gone Maverick. And we're going to try to wipe out the last of the resistance of those Mavericks. But little do they suspect that the real war is about to begin. So, of course there's more, you know? This couldn't just end it with one X game. Based on the popularity of that when it came out, yeah, it was natural. Mega Man X2 versus the X Hunters would be next. This is, like I said, this is an interesting installment in the series. I'm a big fan of it. Like I've actually never beat it before, so this playthrough will be my first time beating it. I've played it a bunch, and you know I've gotten all the way to the Sigma stages and all that goodness. So let's begin Mega Man X2. Super Nintendo version, of course. I usually try to play the versions, the SNES versions, essentially. There is the collection version that you can play. That came out on, I think, I forgot which generation, but the PlayStation 2, GameCube, maybe the Xbox as well, I'm not even sure. But, here we go with the Maverick Factory, gonna take care of some robots that have gotten out of line. And a feature of this game is we now have the dash ability from the very beginning of the game. So there's the boot upgrade will not you don't need it to dash the regular dash anymore. That's gonna be true for the next game as well. So a very nice little feature that they decided to throw in there. I'm very happy about that. And actually, this is probably like the easiest intro stage of all time. It's really, there's nothing too difficult to it. I shouldn't say of all time. I should say of Mega Man X. Because this, it's just not that long, really. And, I guess you don't really need to know, I mean, it still serves the same function as the intro highway in the last game, where it just kind of teaches you how to use the controls without holding your hands, so that's cool. There's a feature there. These guys are going to start they'll have wall enclosures like that. That's not fun if you don't get to them in time. That's an instant death. And, do I need that? I don't need that. Oh. Yeah, that's really the end of the level. That's how short this intro stage is. Alright, what do we got here? It is a gigantic mechanaloid. And you can probably see in the background as we were making our way through this stage, these are what they're building. Although they're not very tough. Like one of my charge blasts, okay, I say that as I keep getting hit. They hit hard, but they also take a freaking lot of damage. Yeah, just a couple charge blasts is all it takes to do it. And he's gonna, whoa, seizure alert, watch out there. They don't just fall into pieces on the floor. That's great. That's it. That was the intro stage. Like 3 minutes into the video, and that's it. Alright, but we do have a bit more story this time. These 3 shadowy figures here. This is their leader. His name is Mega Man X. Those who underestimated him are now nothing but scrap. Goddamn, they talk slow. Oh, except him. We won't make the same mistake. He is powerful, but he is blind to what is happening around him. Our Mavericks will keep him busy until we are ready. Oh, so there is now a plot against Mega Man X. Yes, how is the plan proceeding? What plan? What plan are they talking about? Collection is proceeding as scheduled. However, we are having problems with the control chip. We have little time. We must finish construction on schedule. We must hurry. Alright, there's the password if you need it. If you're following along, just pause the video there. I don't usually keep them on very long. So if you do need passwords, maybe I should go and maybe put timestamps as to where those passwords are. I don't know, that's a lot of work. I don't feel like doing it. The functionality in this little X, when you hit the X button in this, is all it does is turn off the description there of what the level is. You can turn it off and on. I mean, we're gonna go to Wire Sponge first. This is our first robot master that we want to take down. Not only is because he is quite easy, He's also got some pickups so we can get, like, right away, right here. Totally out of the field of vision. You can't see it, but there's a heart right there, so don't forget that. That's important. Alright, and yes, this is the weather control stage. Now, I know there is names of the levels in this one. They actually tell it to you. But I still went on the Mega Man homepage and found out those level names anyway. Just because I like to have the... Well, that continuity that I kept up with the last time, even though it's not really continuity with this game anymore, but yeah. Now, these little control things, I've read, and I don't think I've actually really messed with them too much, but if you use different items on those little orbs there, they can change the weather effects from, like, heat, rain, snow, I think, something like that. And I'm dead! There we go. There's a visible death on screen for you guys, just so you know that I'm not, you know, just being completely edit happy with everything. Yeah, I know that there's something up there. I think it's an E-tank, I think. I might need the weapon from this stage to get it. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but if not, what I'll do is I'll probably just come right back into this stage. Now, as you can see, the rain does affect our mobility a little bit, as it can push us back there. You can see it a little bit on the screen. You feel it more if you're playing it yourself. Oh, here we go. So maybe I can just get in. No, see, I want the rain to be gone. Maybe that's what I need to do, is I need to have the item that makes... I can't quite get up there. Forget it. I'll come back. I'll come back to it. I know that there's... unless I can get it from right here. Maybe I can just catch that ledge. Just... not quite. Can't quite get it. That's all right. We'll go up the elevator. Now, if you do go below the elevator, there is a secret door down there, but we can't access it at the moment. I'm just going to make mention of it now, in case I do need to come back to this level. Because this game does feature a new mechanic, which I'll get to in a little bit. I'll get to it in this episode. I'm just going to wait for them to talk about it in the game, so I don't have to completely spoil it, right? And if you thought me talking about Sigma was a spoiler, it's really not, because you can see their logo on these Robot Masters, so... there is definitely a connection there, so not really a spoiler. And I don't really know what the heat does. I know what the rain does, but I don't know what it heating up does. Now it's just regular, so I'm really kind of unclear as to, if anything, that the heat does, besides maybe just making the field of vision look different. I don't know. And we'll get past those little screw heads there. I don't really know what they're called, but I'm gonna call them screw heads. And then this scorpion thing kind of has a lot of health. But all right, there we go. And we go through the boss chamber. We're gonna take on our first boss. The old wire sponge. Our first real boss, I should say. And he is a creepy looking thing. Very weird attack pattern, but not very fast. And that's, I believe, why most people like to go to him first, is because he's very easily destroyed with a Mega Buster. It just takes a minute. As you can see, it doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. And he's gonna keep sprouting out these little... I want to get them all in a row, and then I want to blast him. There we go. Satisfying. Yeah, very, very slow attacks. He's got this whip that he can use. That wasn't ideal. And he jumps around very slowly. He climbs up kind of like that. A new feature in this game is secondary boss actions, I'm gonna call it. Oh yeah, and you can climb to the wall, kind of like that armored thing in the first game. Once you get them down to about half health, I believe all the Robot Masters here, they take on a second form almost, or they change their attack pattern, and here he goes. While he's like this, you can't hurt him while he's charging up like that. And I think when he's doing this stupid little dance, you can't do it either. I think you can hit him now, but if his little whip is out there like that, you can't damn, he jumped over my shot. What a dick. So just kind of be patient here. See, he's just going to keep doing this new cycle now. He's going to charge up. And then here comes the lightning. And it's really not that hard to dodge. It is kind of random where it's going to strike, but it's wide enough that you can get around it. Or get in between them, I should say. So yeah, just keep taking care of the little spike tails that he keeps throwing out. Oh, you, come on. That was an interesting sound. Kind of a little farty. There we go. Oh, god damn it. I should be blasting him. Okay. And this should do it. Come on, come on. Yeah, whatever. Even if I had to take a hit there, I'm just gonna go back down and get him. Alright, wire sponge. Done, son. Yes, explode. All into my face. X just doesn't want to move. Alright. And for defeating the wire sponge, we get, or if you got, Strike Chain. There we go. It's kind of like his little whip weapon, and its functionality can attach to walls and pull you towards them with your body. So it's really a good utility weapon. So I'm gonna go back into that level, and I'm gonna try to go back and get the stuff that I missed. Particularly that E-tank that I'm pretty sure is up over there in that rain area. Now, I don't think the Strike Chain is one of those areas. I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead to this area here, and it looks like all I had to do was I just did it with a jump. I didn't even need the damn Strike Chain. But yeah, sorry, I just skipped ahead to that point in the level, and there it is. There's the E-tank. And it was as easy as that. I could have done that in the first time, but yeah, like I said, I'm not as good at this game as I am at the first X game. And it was, I believe I touched on it in the last series, but it's literally because I was only able to rent this one. And I didn't have any friends that had it. So, you know, I forgot what the rules were, actually, at Blockbuster. We're gonna go to Wheel Gator next, while I'm looking at it. But yeah, I don't really remember what the rules of Blockbuster were, or how long you could keep games. Was it like a couple days or something like that? Man, I can't believe I can't remember that. But yeah, this was one of those games that I had back then that I totally rented the crap out of. And should have kept it, I guess, but... So I never ended up beating it by the time I had to take it back. And I don't even think I really rented it a whole lot. I might have only really rented it once. And by the time I did see it, or had actually played it, X3 was already out, you know? So I had a backlog to go through. Now, I know there's a way you can do, see, the Strike Chain kind of pulls you over here. And there's a way you can do it, but I'm terrible, so, again... I'll come back to that. I'm just going to skip all my failures right there. I tried that for way longer than I wanted it to last, so I didn't think that was going to be very entertaining. So I skipped ahead of it. But yeah, X3 was out by the time I was really into hardcore renting stuff. And I had kept renting I rented X3 a lot more, and I did eventually beat that one. I just didn't have a whole lot of time on my hands with X2. And that's because of a certain boss later on that I'll get to. And it was terrible for me. It was a bad time. Ooh, I could use that. Oh, well, great. Now I got hit. Forget it. I'm already not doing well enough collecting, like, anything on this level or this playthrough so far, so yeah, whatever. Here's some ride armor. And this functionality here is I think this is the just the one ride armor of the game. And it's got little spikes, and if you hold it down, it can do the twirlies. Or you can do like I really like to do, and that's the dashing punch, which deals much more damage to the enemy in front of you than actually just standing still and hitting them. And it looks like it has a little bit of knockback, which is nice. Or maybe that's just the programming. The AI is just getting knocked back. Okay, I'm aware of this heart, and this one I can't get because I don't have the items that I need. I believe I need 2 items. I need boots, and I need a weapon from a robot master to get that. So, definitely one to mark down for later. I will be back. I'll forget you. Oh, come on. Touched by his little disc. And this little hallway here isn't too bad. You can use a charge shot to take out their shields. I probably should have made mention of that the first time I did it. But it works. If they're jumping, you can hit them. They're kind of like the Joes, you know, the Sniper Joes kind of thing. Alright, and I think that's either a door or... I can't remember what's up there. Oh, he avoided my shot. You don't need that shield anymore. And I'll refill my chain that I needlessly wasted. Oh, there was a one up over there. That's fine. No big deal. That I'm not so worried about. That's okay. Alright, and these little guys, it can be a little tricky. Like I said, I think sometimes they blend in with the level a little bit. And I had this problem in Storm Eagle. Well, I used to have that problem back in the day. I probably breezed by it because I was made aware of it. But yeah, this is kind of similar to that, where it's a little hard to see the little enemies down here. And I think that first corridor that I passed, that was the door to one of those secondary boss things. Again, I'll touch on that in a little bit. It's about to happen, I believe, after the stage, or at least they're going to notify us about it. There we go. Filling up some E-tanks. Nice. Yeah, I need all of those that I can get. Because I can defeat the first 2 bosses that I've gone through. Well, I guess I shouldn't consider the first introductory guy a boss. Okay, so the first boss, Wire Sponge, and this boss, Wheel Gator, I can beat him with a Mega Buster. And the boss after this, it's just, he's a little bit harder, the one after this, and I'll get to that in a second. But alright, here we go. Wheel Gator fight. Let's do this. Now, his attack pattern is very erratic. He can go underneath the, well, whatever this is, oil, or It doesn't really look like lava, and it doesn't hurt. And it doesn't look like water either. Maybe it's just like grease. Engine grease. I don't know. Yeah, he'll shoot the little, little, whatever you call these, spinners at you, and they climb the wall. And when he goes underneath, there is that little bit of splash that you can kind of see. Although I don't think that has really anything to do with where he is. And this fight right here, the way I do this is the thumb buster, I call it, because I have to be holding down my charge shot. I need to be jumping constantly on the wall, and I need to be dashing off the wall so I can avoid those little spinners. And I'm actually doing quite a good job of avoiding the spinny things here. That's nice. Blades, I'm gonna call them. Saw blades. Well, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. You can hit him when he's in his little move there, and I guess I'm not so good on the right side of the room as I was on the left. But yeah, when he goes into the twirl move here, you can still hit him like that. But yeah, it's really hard jumping off walls while holding down the charge button and jumping and dash jumping off. You have to kind of like bend your finger, your index finger in a really weird way. That's how I do it. Or if you have button mapping, map your dash to the R button or something. Because it's not really good to double tap away from it. It's weird. Alright, that was Wheel Gator. Not that difficult. Swing. Alright, and for defeating the Wheel Gator, we get... What is it? What is it called? Spin Wheel. I was close. I could just call them spin wheels. Should have known that's what I was going to get. Alright, another little cutscene to go through here. And this is what I kept alluding to. I see now why Sigma fell at the hands of Mega Man X. He is quite formidable. I am not sure our Mavericks can hold him long enough. Yeah, it's hard to kind of know when to speed up here. We may have to intervene. Alright, they're gonna intervene. And let's go see Dr. Kane. Dr. Kane, what happened? A group of Mavericks calling themselves the X-Hunters. Ah, there we go, the namesake. Have just contacted us. Oh, they're contacting us now, actually. Greetings. We have all of Zero's parts. Oh my god, talk faster. They can be yours if you can defeat us. We look forward to meeting you, X. Yes, can you all please talk like Agile can? That would be nice. X, Zero's control chip is still stored here. Oh, that's good. That's good news. I doubt it is possible to resurrect him without it. Ah, okay. Dr. Kane, I've got to get Zero's parts back. At any cost. And off we go. Alright, and there's the password that we're gonna need for all of that goodness. Alright, now here on the world map, you're gonna notice these little bosses jumping down into stages, so they are secondary bosses. That was is what I was talking about. They hold the keys to Zero's parts, and I'm going to need to defeat them if I want to get Zero's parts back. I believe that's something I'm gonna try to do. If I fail at it, I apologize, but I'm gonna try to get the parts. Because they can be tough. They can be really tough, and I don't think I have all the required weaponry to defeat them right now. One of them is kind of easy, and it's easily done with a Mega Buster. The other two, not so much. Kind of need weapons for that, but I think one of the weapons I get that I need to fight them is in this stage, so if I can get, you know, hey, 2 out of 3 is not bad. I'm down with that. Now, the spin wheel here is a great utility item that breaks through certain blocks, as so. And up in here, we get a nice little... Oh, okay, and I think there is a boss in this level, but I'm not going to go to him yet because I'm not quite prepared for that fight yet. And I forgot who it was. I have to be a little bit more meticulous about it on the next episode. I'll probably be doing a bit of backtracking on the next episode as well, just to make sure that I can get to those bosses, because once you beat enough Robot Masters, they disappear, and you can't fight them again. Alright, here's a sweet little jet bike that we got our hands on here, and yeah, that's pretty dope. We saw that at the beginning of the game, and we can actually control it now. But what's over this way? I wasn't sure if this had anything to do with anything. Is this where the... No, I think this is where you come out later after you beat one of those bosses. It just drops you in here, I believe. So there's nothing there, but there will be something we need to get our hands on, and that's why I went to Wheel Gator before I came here, because I know that there is a good pickup we want to get our hands on. And yeah, I could have probably gone back for another, but these little jet bikes, they spawn. And you know what? I'm not really good at them at all. You can ram it straight into those machines and then just go back and get another one. That big machine will not respawn. There you go. So you get a chance to have another one. And we're going to be chased by more of these guys. And I'll just, drive it into a wall, I guess. No big deal. I think if you can keep it, you can get up there and you can get that one up. But, I'm not really... One-up grinding isn't really my thing. I'm not really big into that. I feel it's unrequired. And, I don't know if we need it. Maybe if you had brought the thing all the way in here. Oh, God, I don't even know how I'm going to get that one. Usually I just get it and die, but again, I don't believe I have the required item to do it. Now, this would be part of, I should say 2 required items to do it, so shoot, I'm gonna have to come back here and get that. I can't forget that. Mega Man X, enter the capsule. This enhancement will modify your main drive unit. Okay. With it, you will be able to dash while in mid-air. Very awesome move. Use it wisely, Mega Man X. I will not. Alright, powering up. Getting the boots, as always, first and foremost. And I really love the X set in this game. This game has one of the best looking power-up sets of the entire series. It's probably my favorite aesthetically. It just looks great. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump this guy and get behind him. He can't do nothing to me. And he didn't give me any health. What a jerk. Kind of what I was betting on. Oh well. Alright, mid-boss room. This one's a little bit different, as it's gonna put us on a rocket ship. And that's not me doing that. That's the computer controlling the game at the moment. And it looks like the computer doesn't care if it uses a turbo controller. Nor do I in some instances. Just not in the Mega Man X series. I ran out of buttons. Alright, and here's Overdrive Ostrich! And this one's a little bit trickier than the other two. Again, I could beat him with the Buster, but his pattern kind of just goes back and forth a lot like this. And I believe we can keep him stuck in this area. Sometimes you can just do this for a little while. But I went over a little bit too far, and he's gonna hit me with his little sonic boom attacks. And that one that, ooh, watch out for the kick here. The kick does a lot of damage. A lot of damage. More so than just touching him regularly. If he gets you with his foot, that's it, dude. So yes, try to avoid him in his feet, because it doesn't take much to deal damage with that. And, yeah, I could just speed ahead of those sonic booms that come down, or whatever they're called, sonic something. There we go. Not too much to him. He's actually kind of got a little bit of a weakness to it. Ow! Yeah, I think it's a good time to use that sub-tank. I'm glad I had a little bit to charge it, at least somewhat. It wasn't quite full, but it's good enough. Should be able to kill Overdrive Ostrich now. Alright, and then when he comes down, just do a little spin dash away from there. Spin dash, or dash, just dash. Alright, he's gonna keep going, but once X leaves the screen away from the boss, it's kind of the way you know that he's gonna go into the background again and start his little run cycle and jump down. This is just his mechanic. So you can go either way, really, but here we go, this is it. Took a little damage there, but that's okay. Not ideal, but it works. Blow up, you fool. At least we had a lot of wide open space here this time. Blow up in my face. Alright. Alright, as per usual, I'm going to try now that there's more bosses, I don't even know how I'm going to bracket out the episodes, because there are those extra bosses now. So we'll see. This might be a 3-parter, this might be a 4-parter. I'm not really sure yet. Alright, we got Sonic Slicer. There we go. Sonic Slicer. Very interesting weapon. I don't really find too much use for it, but it does serve purposes. We'll get to those later. Anyway, there's your password. Pause it if you need it. And every time you leave a level like that, these surges and agile and violent or what? Oh, see, the other one didn't even pop up now. So what the hell? Maybe I already screwed it up. I don't know, but we'll find out. That's okay. Thank you for watching the RoosterRetro Show. My name is Roo, and we will see you on the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon to be reminded of future uploads. See you next time.